Hi guys, this is Tablet-News.com and I'm here with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 FE for an unboxing. It's a mid-range tablet that comes with a stylus bundled and at the same time the successor to the Galaxy Tab S9 FE. It's been I think 2 years since that model. It was high time for an update and the device came this year with the same Exynos processor as the Samsung Galaxy A56 phone. It's slimmer and lighter compared to its predecessor. It comes priced at around $500. The stylus doesn't have Bluetooth, runs on Android 15 and should have a crazy 7 years of updates. Now let's see what's inside the box. Of course, the stylus, which is without Bluetooth support, like the one of the S25 Ultra, but you can also get one with Bluetooth support if you want the S Pen Pro edition. Now in the box we have this key used to access the slot. When I say slot, I only mean micro SD. If you want the cellular version of the tablet, that's sold separately. Also here is the cable from USB-C to USB-C and a bunch of extras like quick start guide, instructions and all that jazz. Now the tablet, you can see here, comes with extra AI, but don't expect true Galaxy AI here, rather some, I would say, snippets and aspects of it. It's got a premium build, however, it only has something like stereo speakers. It doesn't exactly have quad speakers or anything like it. Okay, so let me just put this back in, it should be, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so now as far as the tablet is concerned, my first impression is that it comes with rather large bezels, which is probably a compromise to keep the price tag low here. It's made of aluminum. It's got an aluminum chassis which is only 6 mm thick compared to the predecessor's 6.5 mm. So yes, it has become slimmer. It's still a 10.9-inch screen here, an LCD, and we have IP68 certification for dust and water resilience. We have very visible antenna cutouts here on the sides, and it weighs 497 grams. The predecessor was 523 grams. It's pretty comfy to hold and use, as you can see right here. It's very easy to wield, and at the same time you can also easily use this appendage, so you can take notes, write, draw, what have you, in this manner. Okay, now we have talked about the design. I feel the need to also talk about the display. The panel you're seeing here, well, this one has, I would say, rather modest screen-to-body ratio, 81%, actually 81.7%. It's a 10.9-inch LCD panel, which is the same as we got on the Tab S9 FE. The resolution is 2304 over 1440 pixels. The good news is that we get 90 Hz refresh rate, which should be good enough for most of the games. Now, if you want to talk about the CPU, we have an app for that. Let me just find it. The processor here is the Exynos 1580 from the Samsung Galaxy A56. And keep in mind that the predecessor, the Tab S9 FE, that one had an Exynos 1380, so that's a jump from that model. We're also getting here, let's see, we're also getting 8 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. There's also a version with 256 plus microSD, and the good news is that the microSD card slot can host up to cards of 2 terabytes, which is actually not that bad. On the battery front, there's an 8000 mAh battery, which is supposed to offer up to 20 hours of playback, video playback. We also have 45-watt charging. And moving on to the sides, we have stereo speakers. One is here. This is a microphone. This is the microSD card slot. This is the other speaker. This is the USB-C port. And, well, that's about it. Okay, moving further, I have to say that the device comes with, I would say, decent levels of connectivity. There's a Bluetooth 5.4 here as far as I know. There's NFC, there's Wi-Fi 6, there's an USB-C 2.0 port at the bottom side, and on the camera front there has been an upgrade. This is a 13 megapixel shooter. The predecessor had an 8 megapixel one, and you also have a microphone next to it. At the front, for the video calls rather than selfies, there's a 12 megapixel shooter here, and I'm surprised by how many options we have for this camera, considering it's this a mere camera for a tablet. Pro video, night, food, panorama, hyperlapse and single take are all available here. Once again, on the software front, we're being treated to Android 15, and on top of it we find the One UI 7.0. We're supposed to get 7 years of updates, but I'm not very sure if it's 7 years of security and Android, or just Android. Still pretty mind-blowing if you ask me. We have the whole features here. We have quick share, music share, auto switch buds, camera share, storage share, link to Windows, multi-control. You can use this as a second screen for your Windows PC. We also have Samsung DeX here with multiple options, and you can also activate DeX from here in order to mimic a Windows-like experience with multiple open windows, which can be resized and closed via axis. This actually plays nicely with a keyboard and mouse, I guess, if you want to mimic once again the Windows experience. Okay, now aside from that, there is a dock area of apps here at the bottom side. Usually the dock area hosts the recently used applications. Multitasking happens like this. And as far as the AI features are concerned, you have here something called AI Select. So if I'm in a web browser and I'm in an article here, I can select AI Select and simply draw around something which interests me. I can pin it, share it, set it as a wallpaper, extract text from it, and do many more things, including create a GIF from a YouTube clip or a clip playing in another video player. Now, aside from that, we have the note-taking application, which has a few interesting features. Aside from drawing and multiple brushes and things like that, there's also handwriting recognition here, handwriting help. You can create lines to help you write properly. You can select the language, and you also have a very useful function here, Math Solver, which automatically solves math problems. So if I'm switching to the keyboard now and I say something like 46 and I start writing symbols, divided by 4 times 5, and then I set equal, it calculated it for me. So Math Solver solve is of course more complicated with cosinus, radicals, and other crazy things like that. Of course, note-taking is also available here. There's handwriting recognition as well. So yeah, AI has also been found in the gallery application. So for example, if you select one of the pictures here and you press this magical AI button, it will suggest things to change. You can remaster the photo or do an object eraser. For example, I can use the stylus here, by the way, to erase the whole Mario Kart from here if I want to, or erase shadows or reflections. So yeah, this is just one of the examples. Okay, you can also work with PDFs. Forgot to mention before, there's the PDF option here. You can also highlight on text. It's useful for students. So that's pretty cool. Of course, you also have circle to search, courtesy of Google. If I'm curious about this Exynos, I can keep pressed here. I can recognize songs, I can translate what's on the screen, and I can circle this. It will be looked up online. You also get the assistant of Bixby, which will help you control smart things, connected objects in the house.
To control the smart things connected object in the house.
And of course, as an extra, there's Gemini here, with the option of having a live conversation with it. And sharing the screen or the camera if available. Usually it's good for knowledge, for planifying a journey, also at the same time learning information for school, cleaning code, I mean source code if you're a programmer. So yeah, feels like a tablet which should be good for students, for pupils, for I would say animators, people who draw for their job but in a more amateur fashion. They have the main tablet, and this is the secondary tablet which they use to travel, for example. So that's it from us. This has been the unboxing. We'll be back with more soon. I'm going to figure out if we have 7 years of Android updates or updates in general. Goodbye.